Let me ask you something. How many times have you struggled in silence, refusing to ask for help because you thought you had to fight your battles alone? How many nights have you cried quietly, carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders, but never letting anyone see your weakness? We live in a world that often teaches us to be strong, independent, and self-reliant. But here's the truth. Sometimes, the strongest thing you can ever do is to admit you need help. This is a story of one young man who believed he had to do everything alone, until life showed him the power of reaching out. His name was Daniel. Daniel grew up in a small town. He was intelligent, hardworking, and determined. From a young age, he promised himself that he would never be a burden to anyone. He would fight his battles alone, no matter how hard. In school, when he didn't understand something, instead of asking questions, he stayed up late trying to figure it out on his own. When his friends offered help, he always smiled and said, "I'm fine." When he went to college, the pressure grew heavier. Tuition fees, part-time jobs, endless assignments. He was drowning. But still, he told himself, "I can't ask for help. I have to prove I'm strong." At first, it seemed like he was doing okay. But slowly, cracks began to show. His grades started falling. His health began to suffer. His smile faded. Yet, whenever someone asked, "Are you okay?" he gave the same answer, "I'm fine." But Daniel was not fine. He was exhausted. He was lonely. He was afraid. But his pride and fear of looking weak kept him silent. One evening, after a long day of classes and a double shift at work, Daniel collapsed in his small apartment. His body simply couldn't take it anymore. As he lay there on the floor, tears streaming down his face, a thought came to him. Why am I fighting all of this alone? Why can't I just ask for help? That night became his breaking point. The next morning, Daniel did something he had never done before. He called his professor and admitted he was struggling. To his surprise, instead of judgment, he received kindness. His professor connected him with tutoring support. He spoke to his boss and explained his situation. Instead of firing him, his boss reduced his hours and offered flexible shifts. He reached out to his closest friend, the same friend he had pushed away for months. His friend simply said, "Daniel, you should have told me sooner. You don't have to carry everything alone." That week, Daniel began to see something he had been blind to for years. There were people willing to help him, people who cared. But he had been so trapped in his alone mentality that he couldn't see it. Slowly, things began to change. With tutoring support, Daniel's grades improved. With a lighter work schedule, his health started recovering. With real friendships, his heart felt lighter. But the biggest change wasn't on the outside. It was inside of him. For the first time in his life, Daniel realized that asking for help is not weakness. It is wisdom. It is courage. It is strength. And when graduation day finally came, Daniel didn't walk across that stage as someone who did it all alone. He walked across as someone who finally understood the beauty of community, the power of connection, and the truth that we were never meant to do life alone. My friend, Daniel's story is not just about him. It's about all of us. So many of us live with the alone mentality. We think, if I ask for help, people will think I'm weak. But in reality, asking for help shows courage. It means you're brave enough to admit that you are human. Even the strongest tree needs water from the rain. Even the brightest star shines because of the galaxy around it. And even the most successful people you admire of them made it alone. Remember this: God never designed you to carry everything by yourself. That's why He gave you family, friends, mentors, and sometimes even strangers who step into your life at the right time. The truth is, silence builds walls, but asking for help builds bridges. And sometimes, the bridge you build by asking for help is the very thing that leads you to your breakthrough. So, if you're struggling today, don't hide behind a fake smile. Don't let pride lock you in chains. Lift your hand. Ask for help. Someone out there is ready to catch you. Your journey doesn't have to be walked alone. Don't be afraid to lean on others. Don't be afraid to open your heart. And Dan T. Ever think that asking for help makes you small? It makes you stronger than you've ever been. So remember, you don't have to overcome life alone. Keep going, keep believing, and never forget your time will come.